case, yes, do treat him differently from other individuals, from other youngsters. He should be treated differently. I'm all for that. And not to take that away, no. There's a lot of work to be done. Let's not forget that by just changing a law and then only depending on the law. Because just the law itself is not going to take these criminals away. You have to get into the society, you have to get into the psyche of the people, and you have to address some very major issues. It's going to take a lot of work. Just changing a law is not going to make any changes. Like I said, adults को severe punish मिलती है ना, क्या वो रुके हैं इसको करने में? नहीं. तो आपको क्या लगता है 16 साल वाला कैसे रुकेगा? I mean, right, sir?
Absolutely.
Next. Please wait for the mic so everybody could get it, and we'll also have our panelists get to listen to the question.
You know, as per the amended Juvenile Justice Act, if a juvenile is tried in a regular court, the maximum punishment that he can be given is probably 10 years of imprisonment. Life imprisonment and capital punishment cannot be given, no matter how serious the crimes that he committed could be. So, what is your take on those? I mean, Kabir and...
You have to give them punishment and you have to do reformation. You see, just giving them punishment, treating them badly is not going to make them a better person. What is your objective at the end of the day? Is to reform the person, so they go back into society reformed. And that's the whole idea of punishment. So you have to give them something that will not just punish them, but also make them better people. Putting them in a jail and with other hardened criminals isn't going to make them any better.
So you want to say even the juvenile who raped Nirbhaya shouldn't be given a capital punishment? Is that what you're trying to say?
I am not for the death penalty, no matter what, in any case. I am not for it. I'm not, and that's a personal view. I don't take it away from others who are for it. But I'm saying that in that particular case, yes, do treat him differently from other individuals, from other youngsters. He should be treated differently. I'm all for that.
So just because age is on his side, he will escape capital punishment, whereas the others won't.
I am not for capital punishment anyways. Even for the adults, I wouldn't give them capital punishment.
It's very rarely given. I mean,
Kabir, your take?
Yeah.
You know, my take, there's a saying that justice is blind. And why I support this particular act is that justice is not blind in this case. There is the Justice Juvenile Board that is an intermediary that has been placed there to decide whether the 16-year-old who commits a crime is able to understand the consequences of his actions, etc., and should stand trial for that and be punished accordingly, like an adult. Now, I completely agree with the other panelists here that it's not just a question of laws. There has to be prevention by social messages spread across the country. You hear all kinds of drug announcements on planes, you hear all kinds of things. Messages are spread. A certain social conscience is spread. But I also believe that 16-year-olds today coming to know that a law exists whereby they can be tried as adults will be a massive deterrent to them. I also think that the punishment they're given should be proportionate to the fact that they are younger, which is why the Juvenile Justice Act does not allow death penalty for 16-year-olds, does not allow sentences more than 10 years. All that's been thought about. And then, of course, most importantly, that it's not just not to punish, but to reform, so that they can begin to lead new and meaningful lives once they come out of prison, which is far more possible and doable in the case of younger criminals than it is with older criminals.
Okay, the last question of the day, and we have a lady there. Okay, a few more hands coming up.
Yeah. Since I'm sitting here trying to understand the pros of this decision or cons of this decision, I'm struggling to understand, we are talking about Juvenile Justice Board, which would be in a position to decide case by case whether this child, should be treated as an adult or not. But as Abhay sir said, that we have a tremendous need to sensitize our police or other part of systems. My worry is how capable or how neutral that panel would be, who would be deciding. Because if I'm coming from the same society, same locality, I am not in a position to decide whether, this child actually was innocent when he committed that or he actually did it. So is there any guideline or any rule which puts down these things in the act or besides the act, which would, decide, yeah, these people are credible enough or capable enough to decide if the child is, whatever, the decision taken forward?
I'm sure those that are making the appointments to the Juvenile Justice Board will appoint the best people they can find. That is their job, that is their duty. But if the Juvenile Justice Board errs, then apart from judicial recourse, we have the fourth pillar of the government in this country, which is the media. and the media will go after them like bloodhounds if they make judgments that are faulty, and they'll be held accountable in the court of public opinion as well as courts of law.